For years, Tommy Robinson has been vocal about the horrific crimes committed by grooming gangs and the systemic cover-ups that enabled these atrocities. He was mocked, vilified, and branded as a far-right extremist for daring to speak the truth. But now, in light of recent revelations about institutional failings and cover-ups, it's clear that Tommy was right all along. Yesterday, explosive new details emerged confirming the extent of the grooming gang scandal and the deliberate suppression of this information. In a stunning turn of events, billionaire and free speech advocate Elon Musk has publicly thrown his support behind Tommy Robinson, calling for his immediate release. Musk's actions have ignited a global conversation, shedding light on Robinson's plight and the broader issues of justice and free speech in the UK. In today's video, we'll delve into Musk's powerful statements, the newly uncovered details about the grooming gangs, and the broader implications for justice in the UK. But first, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and join our fast-growing community committed to truth and accountability. Just a quick one to say we do have t-shirts available on our website. We have stuck farmer and Make Britain Great Again ones. Make sure you check the link in the description or go to britishstand.com. As the new year begins, Tommy Robinson remains imprisoned under harsh conditions, typically reserved for the most dangerous offenders. His alleged crime? Sharing a video. Astonishingly, visitors to Robinson are reportedly required to sign gag orders, preventing them from discussing his situation publicly. These developments raise critical questions about the use of the justice system to silence dissenting voices. Meanwhile, revelations about the grooming gang crisis paint a damning picture of systemic failures. Robinson's relentless efforts to expose these crimes led to his being smeared and ostracized, yet his work has now been vindicated. English girls were betrayed by the very institutions meant to protect them, and the nation owes Robinson an apology. Elon Musk has emerged as a powerful ally in Robinson's fight for justice. In a series of tweets, Musk has shared Robinson's work, amplified his message, and demanded his release. Musk began by retweeting Robinson's documentary, The Rape of Britain. Episode 1, Nicole's Story, which details the harrowing experience of an 11-year-old girl in Telford who was raped and trafficked by a grooming gang. Musk retweeted the documentary. He followed this with another retweet, labeling Robinson's documentary as worth watching, and then pinned a powerful tweet to his profile. Free Tommy Robinson. Musk didn't stop there. He directly questioned the UK's handling of the grooming gang scandal, calling out political figures such as Prime Minister Keir Starmer. He tweeted, "Why is Tommy Robinson in solitary confinement for telling the truth? He should be freed, and those who covered up this travesty should take his place in that cell." In a further tweet, Musk pointed out, "In the UK, serious crimes such as rape require the Crown Prosecution Service's approval for the police to charge suspects. Who was the head of the CPS when rape gangs were allowed to exploit young girls without facing justice? Keir Starmer, duhowod od 2008 do 2013. Who is the boss of Jess Phillips right now? Keir Starmer. The real reason she's refusing to investigate the rape gangs is that it would obviously lead to the blaming of Keir Starmer." Elon Musk's intervention has sent shockwaves across the political and social landscape. Who is the boss of Jess Phillips right now? Keir Starmer. The real reason she's refusing to investigate the rape gangs is that it would obviously lead to the blaming of Keir Starmer. Elon Musk's intervention has sent shockwaves across the political and social landscape. His endorsement of Robinson's cause is likely to amplify calls for a reassessment of the justice system's handling of these cases and the treatment of whistleblowers like Robinson. As this story continues to unfold, one thing is clear: the fight for truth and accountability is far from over. Tommy Robinson's courage in speaking out against the grooming gangs and the institutional failures that protected them has sparked a movement. With figures like Elon Musk joining the conversation, this could mark a turning point in the quest for justice. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. In other news, the government has formally rejected repeated requests for a Home Office-led inquiry into historic child abuse in Oldham after the town's council voted on the matter earlier this year. Safeguarding Minister Jess Phillips has responded to 2 letters from the Oldham Council Executive after the authority voted to write to the Home Secretary requesting a formal public inquiry into child sexual exploitation in the borough. The council also voted to continue its work with survivors and others affected in preparing the framework and to commission an independent inquiry should the Home Office refuse the above request. But Phillips's letter to the council confirms that the government will not intervene. The minister said that she understands the strength of feeling that a further inquiry into child sexual exploitation in Oldham should be undertaken. Phillips added that she was very sorry for the delay in responding to both of the executive's letters, but she said that she believed it is for Oldham Council alone to decide to commission an inquiry into child sexual exploitation locally rather than for the government to intervene. The minister continued, "I welcome the council's resolution to do so, as set out in your letter, and to continue its important work with victims and survivors." Oldham Council's Labour group dramatically agreed to support an independent inquiry after losing majority control in May's local elections. The Greater Manchester Combined Authority found in 2022 that police and the local authority in Oldham failed to protect children from sexual abuse. But many local survivors of abuse feel as though the report did not go far enough. An Oldham Council spokesman said, "Survivors sit at the heart of our work to end child sexual exploitation. Whatever happens in terms of future inquiries, we have promised them that their wishes will be paramount, and we will not renege on that pledge. We all recognize that terrible mistakes were made in the past, with children ignored or dismissed. By ensuring that survivors have a voice that is heard, we can help make sure that no child will be failed in the future." British Stand understands that Oldham Council has made contact with Telford, which was also rocked by a similar scandal, and the people who carried out its inquiry to look at various options for Oldham. A grooming gang survivor from the town told the media back in May that she was concerned about the council's plans for an inquiry. Sam told the People's Channel, "A government inquiry is the only way to hold Oldham Council and GMP accountable for their huge failures that led to hundreds of survivors being mistreated and not listened to. A Telford-style inquiry will give answers to survivors, but it won't give justice to those who deserve it." This broadcaster understands that Oldham Council works with a group of survivors to ensure that they are being heard and are being given the space to tell council officers what they want to see happen in terms of inquiries and future investigations. A Home Office spokesman said, "No child should ever suffer sexual abuse or exploitation. Everyone who is responsible for children's welfare must learn from past mistakes and do everything possible to prevent future failures." There is a precedent for local authorities delivering successful independent inquiries into the grooming gang scandal, such as in Rotherham and Telford, where thousands of victims were identified after decades of abuse were ignored by the authorities. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye.